What's up, guys? Hoarder here. Out today at this incredible location, which I know we are going to do amazing. This old farmhouse goes back to about 1840, give or take. Right across the street is a toll house that was from this major road that goes back to the early 1700s that went from New York to Philadelphia. So there would have been all sorts of horse and foot traffic way back in the day. It's only me and Rich Van Winkle today. Dog Tag Doug had a minor surgery. He's okay, but he couldn't make it this week. Hopefully he'll be back next week. And the sad thing is Doug actually knocked and got this house. And I said, Doug, do you want to put the house off? We'll do it next week when you're back. He said, no. We got other things lined up. You guys do it. Let me know what you find. So I'm kind of hoping we find stuff. I'm kind of hoping we don't, but we'll see how it goes. So back in the first dig. See you guys soon. Later. All right, well, this is an interesting setup, Rich. We got to this old house that's behind us. There's an old toll house across the road, the right side. It was real quiet, and just as you found this target, a road crew pulled up, are stopping traffic, and now there's cars stopping, staring, gawking, you know, the whole deal. So we're gonna have a little bit of company with us for a while.
That's okay.
But Rich had the first good find right by this large tree here. We're doing the very front yard.
I already cleaned it because I thought it was just a regular nickel.
It does look like a regular nickel.
But
so Rich has a war nickel. He said it looked gold at first, which it looks gold to me. And I can't even see the date. I don't know if you were able to see the date.
43.
43?
Yep.
I noticed when you showed it to me, I was able to see the mint mark over the Monticello, and only the war nickels have the mint mark real large above the Monticello. Now, these war nickels were not low minted by any means. Millions and millions and millions of them, maybe tens of millions, hundreds of millions. But it was the only time a nickel had silver in it. I think it was 35% silver because the government needed nickel, the metal nickel, for tanks and warships and all that stuff during World War II. So great find, Rich. The first thing of the day is actually a silver coin.
Yeah.
And the homeowners here were incredibly friendly. We're gonna have a really good time and hopefully find some things that are just gonna knock their socks off. Great job.
Thanks.
All right, so starting off, Rich is using the large coil, the 12x9 for depth. And I'm using the small coil, which is the LG24 for separation. And in this tree root, I had a nail and a high tone right next to each other. So it is doing a good job separating. There was my high tone, which I dug out under this root. Took a little while to get to. And I believe it's going to be a wheat penny. Is my light on? Yeah. I wasn't able to see anything on the back. Here's the back. I can't see 1 cent. I can't see wheat stalks, nothing. But the front, I can see the date. Looks like it's 1921, maybe 24. So good start for me. We got 2 coins that are each 100 years old, give or take. And Rich is walking over. I think he's got something. What do you got?
I don't know, but it looks like it could be interesting.
Let me fill this in. I'm gonna come over and take a look at it.
All right.
I like interesting things. All right, Rich Van Winkle's not only got something good, but he's got toothbrush in hand, which is always a good sign. What number were you getting, Rich, so I can make a guess?
This was a 46, 47.
Silver dime. Silver dime?
No.
No?
Much bigger.
Bigger.
I didn't even look at it yet. As soon as I saw that,
Oh, you got a copper.
I stopped.
You got a copper.
I don't know. I don't know yet.
All right, let's take a look. Oh, no, bigger than the copper. Is that a medallion?
Let's find out.
Wow. That thing is massive.
You seeing anything coming
I
through?
do. I see lettering. It looks like real tiny lettering. Let me get my flashlight out.
Okay.
Yep, it's going to be a token.
Yep. Ooh, more big lettering, huh?
Yep, bigger lettering on this side, small lettering on the other side, brass token. What the heck is that going to be? Let's clean this up, Rich. It's going to take a few minutes, and we'll see what you got. I don't see any images. It looks like a lot of text.
A lot of text.
Well, here's Rich's token, and it's kind of weird. We found a bunch of these at the Thousand Holes field, but they were always aluminum and they were often square. But it's for Palmolive soap, which they referred to as cakes back then, a cake of soap. So 1 cake of Palmolive soap when you buy one. It's basically a copper coupon, BOGO, buy one, get one, right,
Buy
Rich?
one, get one.
And then on the back gives you the instructions, hey, to redeem this, you gotta skip to the store on one leg, check this box, yada, yada, yada. Well, great find. That's a nice one, and God, man, that thing must have blew your earballs out.
Yeah.
So you probably wanted a large scent, but at least there's gonna be a lot of good stuff around. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, I might have a winner here. I'm doing the very corner by the toll house right there. And the ground is it's hard to see, but it's probably about 6 feet up, so you don't get a lot of blow-in trash. I just had a wheat penny over here. This is a screaming 45. I dug down, and where'd it go, Rich?
Right there. You're touching it.
Oh, right here. It's a thimble. Not only is it not crushed, but I think this is going to be a sterling one, Rich.
I think so. I think
Look
that's
at
why
that.
it's not crushed.
Look at that.
Oh, yes.
If it was aluminum, you would see black.
It's got a design.
Oh, man, it might
see
have
that?
initials on it.
You want my water?
Yeah, we're going to spray. Look at that with a wipe.
So cool.
Let's spray this on the camera and see what we got here. Not even
Ooh.
crushed, which is amazing.
Look at that.
I think there's initials on it. It looks like, maybe not. It looks like VV.
I think that's just a
Maybe
pattern.
just a pattern going all the way around.
Definitely silver.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's big too, Rich.
Look at that.
Look, and there's like on this side, not only the V's, but there's like little, almost looks like curtains hanging down or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to clean it out because on the underside, under the base, is where it would have the sterling mark. But I would bet the farm this is going to be sterling. That is gorgeous.
So cool.
Wow, let me clean this out real quick. Well, we cleaned the thimble all up, sprayed it inside and out. Rich and I don't see a marking, a sterling mark.
It's definitely sterling.
Look at that thimble. I showed you the marks already. Just from a spray down in the field, there's no way aluminum would clean up that well. Big size, I cleaned the whole inside out. Maybe up at the top up there could be a marking. Usually they're right there at the base and I'm not seeing one. But if it's old, they didn't have to mark sterling, I think up until like the later 1800s.
Yep.
So it very well could be sterling. It just did not have to have a 925 or any sort of hallmark on there. That is an incredible piece right near the toll house. And Rich has a really good find over there. We're going to go walk over and see what it is. I think it's going to be the oldest coin of the day.
Maybe.
Let's go check it out. All right, I walked over to Rich, who might have the oldest coin here of the day. That toll house across the street is so nice. They don't have a ton of property though. It's mostly parking lot.
Yeah.
But we're kicking butt here across the street in the short time we've been here. And Rich said, oh, it's a silver coin.
Yep.
I thought it was going to be an Indian. That's even better.
I think it's a Merc.
Look at the toning on that.
Look at it.
That thick, dense mud you're in.
Yeah. Yep, definitely a Merc.
Oh, wow, yep. Let's see if it's an early one. I call early Mercs like 20s or late teens. Usually we find the 40s.
1941.
41, okay. Same year as your, what was your war nickel?
43.
Oh, 43, okay.
But look at
Yeah,
it's got good detail.
And
on it.
the toning on it too, Rich.
Yeah.
Look at that nice dark tone. Oh, I see a mint mark too, Rich.
What is it?
I can't see it, but I can see it looks like it might be a S or a D mint mark. I can't tell.
Huh.
But yeah, look at that beautiful color on that 1941 Mercury dime.
And I didn't scratch this one.
Nope, you didn't. There were some really good nicknames. I told you my favorite was Richard Nixum. That was the best one. But let's see if you can shake that moniker today. Great job on the Merc, brother.
Thank you.
All right, still working the side, and one of our favorite things popped out of the ground. This is another 44-45.
Oh, really?
And I wasn't sure if it was going to be a wheat penny. We've got quite a few wheats already.
It looks thick.
I dug down. Yeah, it was thick. I found it with the pinpointer right here. And when I picked it up, I immediately felt the shank on the back, so it's a flat button.
Nice.
And I don't know anything about it yet. I haven't cleaned anything.
You want me to brush it on film?
Yeah, but I can tell just from the size that it's going to be, probably 1850s or so. It's very thick, Rich.
Really thick. That's why I rang up a 44.
Yeah, let's see if there's any markings on it. That would be great, especially if we get lucky and there's something on the front. All right, Rich has been cleaning this up with the new fancy brushes he bought. They are really nice brushes. We might have to reach out to them and do a collaboration with the button. And this one, it's hard to tell. It is very thick, like a nickel's thickness, but nothing on the front. Just a really thick copper button, almost like a Spree candy, Rich. Remember them?
Yeah.
I said they turn your tongue all red or blue, whatever your favorite color was. And there's the shank, bent over, still on there, brazen shank. So very nice, like I said, probably pre-Civil War. And man, we love buttons. I mean, you're always hoping for a fancy button, but I'll take it. And at the very top, which I could see OLO, which probably says color.
Yeah.
It was probably like double gilt, something like that, triple gilt at one time, and the gilding wore off. But great find. I do love old buttons, and that means that there's going to be more of them around. It's going to be an exciting day. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Whew, it's hot today. It is so humid. But Rich got himself something old, maybe the oldest thing of the day, if it is what he yelled out. He
Pretty sure.
He said Pewter spoon bowl, and they stopped making silverware. I say silverware, cutlery out of pewter in the early 1800s.
Yeah,
because a lot of it was made with lead.
Oh, definitely.
And you don't want to stick lead in your mouth, Rich.
No.
Yeah, look at that. That's nice. Now, he only has the bowl. Sometimes, if there's enough of it, right here where the bowl connected to the handle, there might be a design or something. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit because they would do them in two pieces, the handle and the bowl.
Yep.
But the old pewter cutlery is very old. It's very rare to find a complete piece, but maybe we'll find the handle 10 feet behind you and reconstruct it. Great find. Cool. Beautiful age.
Thanks.
All right, I call Rich over. I've had some good luck near this little group of bushes, Rich.
Yeah.
This is a weird one. It really threw me off, and you actually called out both things that came through my brain at the exact second.
And it's not either of them?
I dug this up, and it was a high-tone signal in the 40s. And when I first picked it up, I was like, what is this, a clay marble? And I was like, I don't know what it could be. And then I saw the shank. It's a giant ball button. And depending on how the shank's put on, and that's going to be 1800s. That's the largest ball button I've ever found, Rich.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's amazing.
It might actually say something.
Does it say, this is awesome?
It could. Yeah, it says something.
Does it really?
Yeah, look around the...
A manufacturer or?
Probably.
I've never seen a ball button say anything, but I've never found one this large before that had so big of a flat spot to even put a manufacturer. Wow, that is cool. I will clean up later and see if it's smooth or has any sort of a pattern.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is really super cool. And I thought it was going to be a clay marble, but I'm like, why is it going off? But there it is. Awesome. What a great piece that is.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, I just called Rich over. Literally, where my leash is where I found the ball button. There was a signal right next to it. It was coming up a little scratchy in the mid-30s, but I'm going to dig everything here, chasing buttons. I pulled it out. Oh. It's right here, Rich. And if you can see how fat it is. Now, I already got to look at it. Thank goodness it's not a flying eagle because Doug's not here today. But it's a fatty Indian because I can see the headdress on there. The fatty Indians are the early ones, 1859 to 1864. I'll look for a date. There is a shield at the top of the back, so it's not an 1859. It's the only one that didn't have a shield. So it's 60 to 64. The date will be at the bottom. I'll see if Rich can brush it and we'll get a date. But man, what a nice one. A fatty Indian. What a good start. Let's clean this sucker up.
Cool.
All right, there's the fatty. Rich brushed it in 1862, you said, Rich?
Yep.
1862. But just the fact that we found this here, that means there's got to be large scents around. There's going to be really old things. It's a shame Doug couldn't be here today. I sent him some photos and some stuff already. And the property owner is so nice that we can come back anytime we want. So I'm sure we'll come back again with Doug. Great piece. I'm going to probably offer this to him because I love to share interesting things. And as cool as it is, I do have a bunch in my collection. But what a great coin, Rich. I can't wait to see what else we find.
So cool.
Awesome. Let's keep going. We are still basically in the same corner of this property, finding some really amazing things. And Rich seemed excited. He got some. Oh, he's got a coin.
Nope.
That's not a coin. Is it a button?
I thought it was, but it is.
Oh, it's a button?
A button.
Hold on, I get my flashlight. It's dark over here.
And I see gold on the front.
Is it concave?
It looks like it might
or
be.
Or convex, maybe?
Cave.
Yeah,
concave.
It looks like it's slightly curved. I can't tell in or out. And I love the gilt on it.
Yeah, a lot of gilt on
and
front
the shank,
and back.
It's brazen shank. That's another pre-Civil War button.
Yep.
Let me get a close-up of that if you don't mind. I'm going to bring it out to the...
I do mind.
Do you mind?
Yeah.
I would say bring it to the sun, but at the moment the sun is behind the clouds.
Which is okay with me.
Yeah. It started off really hot, and it's still really hot, but it's tolerable, I guess. When you're finding good stuff, you don't seem to mind the weather as much as if you're not finding stuff. Well, great find, Rich. It's been a really good start today. I've been calling Doug with updates. He's going to have
every
his wife
30 seconds.
He's going to have his wife bring him up so he can see some of the stuff. So he might make a little visit. Well, I am still doing this little shrubbery corner here, and I just keep getting good signals. Listen to this one. It's small. Man, this could be another monster. Let's see what this is. Well, I dug that 47 up and I got another thimble. Now this one is not silver. This one's aluminum. And this is the difference of what they would look like. You see, when I rub this one, it's not cleaning up. It's corroded and caked on. Now I can clean it, just not in the field. Where the other one was silver and just wiped right off at my thumb. This one caked on corrosion. But very cool. I wonder if they would have come out to this corner and just did some sewing. I'm not finding dump items, so I don't think this is like a trash pit. But pretty odd that I found a button, old coin, and 2 thimbles, all in like a foot and a half. I can't wait to see what's going to be somewhere in here. This is going to keep on going, I bet. Great find. I'll add it to the collection. All right, I am just having one of those days, and this one is going to be a real tricky one, Rich. I know what it is because I had to get the flashlight.
Weird size.
It's another fatty, but if you can hold this flashlight, Rich.
Oh, is there no shield?
Well, no shield, but there's no shield because there's the back. No shield because
it's a flying eagle.
It's a flying eagle.
Yeah, I can see it.
Now, what stinks, Rich, is as awesome as this coin is, this is Doug's greatest bucket list coin, and he couldn't be here today.
Yeah.
He actually got the spot.
And told us, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I said, Doug, do you want to wait till next week when you're back? He goes, no, you guys go do it. And now I just got Doug's biggest bucket list coin in the whole world, Rich.
Should we tell him or let him see the video?
Oh, man, I don't know. 2 fatties in this row. One, the 1862 Fatty Indian, and now the original fatty, the Flying Eagle.
Yeah.
They made these essentially 2 years, 1857, 1858, although there is an 1856 prototype, which is just impossible to find. I might even see a date down there, Rich.
I see something.
Which is probably the best
like
one I've
7,
ever found.
maybe.
That's what I think. I've never had a date out of the ground before like that. So I'm gonna have to let Doug know. But at least that means if we do come back again next week, there's gonna be a shot for more from around.
How many have you found?
In total, about 6 lifetime.
All in front of Doug?
Not all of them, but at least 3. At least 3. So, bittersweet, but amazing coin.
Yeah, great find.
All right, Rich is not far from where he got his button, and he got something else that he said is, oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure
look
what it
at
is.
that.
'Cause you know.
It's got a beautiful face of a Victorian woman on there.
And there's 2 words. Wasn't able to make them out yet, but.
Wow, that's a really striking image.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can make out what it says. It might be some sort of indicator of what it came off of.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try.
That's a great piece, man. I love that little face on there. Oh, There's Rich's piece, and I got to use the light because it's overcast today. We don't really know what it says. It looks like on the left side it might say PAT for patent, but then extra characters.
That looks like an AP. Maybe it's patent, April, and then the date, possibly.
Oh, maybe. Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
Because it does look like over here it says 181 something, but it looks like there's a 5th or 6th character. Maybe it's like August 18th and then the date?
Yeah, it might be.
1861?
Something like that.
Oh, that's rain. It's not spit. We'll try to look later for a close-up. We might duck in if there's a thunderstorm coming, or we'll just keep on going because we're finding really cool stuff.
That's what it is. It's APR.
APR? Oh, so
Yep.
it is April?
Patent, April 16, 18 something.
18 something. All right, we were pretty close.
Yeah.
Together, Rich. We're smart.
Neat.
Together.
Neat.
Well, a huge downpour just came, so Rich and I ducked in under the shed. I finally went away. We came right back out where we left off. My first signal right here was a 29, and 29 typically is not a good signal. Out of the ground now, a 33, not always a good signal either. And it turned out to be another Indian head scent. And it's very overcast where I am. Rich, it's another fatty.
Really?
It's another fatty, that's why.
Is there a shield?
Well, I need to, you have your flashlight on you?
Yeah.
If you hold that still, is there a shield at the top? There's no shield. It's either going to be a first year fatty or another flying eagle. Can you believe that, Rich? He got the permission. He got the permission. If I get 2 flying eagles, let me brush it. Oh my goodness. I gotta brush it, hold on. Well, we cleaned it up. It's not cleaning up great. And if I put it in the light, you can kind of see it's another flying eagle. I can see the wing up in the air. Rich, Doug's bucket list coin, and I now find 2 of them at a spot that he couldn't be at. Yeah. I mean, this is like, I don't know if I'm happy or sad. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if I should be excited or what.
Happy because we can come back.
Well, for sure. But
with Doug.
Oh my goodness, that is just nuts. 2 flying eagles in the same yard.
Wow.
Doug's biggest bucket list coin in the history of coins. Wow, that is nuts. All right, I'm gonna stop the video here because it's getting long and we still have a ton more things that we found at this house. But all I can say so far, wow. Rich starting right off with the silver war nickel, even though it didn't even look silver. Then I pull that sterling silver thimble with that cool zigzag pattern going around the base. Then Rich gets a Mercury dime with that awesome dark toning, even had an S mint mark on the back, San Francisco. Those are always the hard ones. My 1830s era ball button, the largest ball button I think I've ever found. Rich comes back with the Palmolive soap BOGO token and that super cool pewter spoon bowl. They haven't made those things in 200 years. My 1862 fatty Indian made right door in the heart of the US Civil War. And then Rich with that awesome 3D Victorian face button with the April 1860 patent date right on the front. And then I get the amazing, not 1, but 2 Flying Eagle scents, 1857 and 1858, which, like I said, is at the very top of Doug's all-time wish list. I would have much rather have Dougie have found those coins, or at least one of them, but man, they were amazing. We don't get them very often, and to find 2 at one house is almost unbelievable. Next week, I will have the conclusion of this incredible place with some amazing coins, including the oldest coin of the day, the rarest coin maybe of the year, with mintages of only in the tens of thousands, which is unheard of, some super cool relics, and then a goose-bumpingly awesome silver coin spill. Goose-bumpingly? I don't know. But we caught the whole thing from start to finish, and man, we were just freaking out. Wait till you guys see it. We even get an appearance from Doug himself, whose wife drives him up right after his surgery because he was so excited to see not only the 2 flying eagles we found, but some of these incredible coins that you guys didn't even see yet. So make sure you tune in next Tuesday. It's going to be a barn burner. And even though Doug wasn't able to make it to this place, Doug and I will be at some events together, and we would love to see some of you guys come out. Saturday, September the 23rd, we'll be at the 32nd annual Jersey Shore Treasure Hunt right on the beach in beautiful Deal, New Jersey, hosted by the well-respected Deep Search Metal Detecting Club. We're going to be pulling all sorts of things right out of the sand, one of the few beach hunts we go to. Then a few weeks later, Saturday, October 14th, we will be at the Joe DeMarco Memorial Hunt in Millville, New Jersey. Joe was an awesome friend of ours and the inventor of the famous inline probe, which I featured last year in a video. Joe passed away suddenly, so this event will be in honor of his memory. Our whole crew will be there, so I hope we'll see some of you there. Hang out, say hi, shake hands, and have a great time doing the things we all love to do. And of course, if you're going to go to one of the events, or if you're just going to detect in your own local area and you need some equipment, a detector, pinpointer, shovel, anything, you can always shoot me an email, quarterhoarder@yahoo.com. Just let me know where you live and what your budget is and what kind of terrain you plan on swinging over. I'll help you pick out the best machine for your budget so you can get out and find some of the incredible things like we do every single week. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's a hobby of champions. Otherwise, thanks for watching, everybody. Happy hunting, and I will see you next week for part 2. Later.